Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we'll be installing the alternator in our Vauxhall Vectra. Right, so first things first, I'm going to quickly test the alternator output voltage and then we'll see what it's reading. According to the voltmeter, it's only reading 13.66 volts whilst the engine is running. A good alternator should be reading somewhere about 14 volts. So not particularly massively low, however, the battery did die quite a few times on my parents whilst they were using this vehicle. So I'm going to be safe and I'm just going to replace the alternator. I'm going to remove the battery. I'm just going to disconnect the battery. Then I'm going to remove the airbox. I'm going to remove the plastic cover on the engine as well. And then that way I can then start to get access to the alternator. Right, so with those few bits removed, we now have slightly better access to the alternator, which is down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and just crack on and remove that. I know that I need to slacken off the belt, get rid of the belt. And then I can, there's only 2 bolts holding on the alternator. We grab the new one. So we've got one there. One slides into a slot and the other one just bolts to the side of the block. So it's actually relatively straightforward. I have already done one on here before. So I'm just going to crack on and get that replaced. So there we go, the old unit is now out. Like I said, I'd only replaced this probably a couple of thousand miles ago. I'm not really sure why it would have failed or not charged correctly, but it wasn't. So I'm gonna have to try and pop the second-hand one on and hope that it does the business. Right, so that's everything back together. Let's give it a start and see what voltage it's at. So as you can see at the bottom, it's now telling me that we are reading at 14.1, which is absolutely perfect. I think the cheap multimeter I've got isn't particularly brilliant, as it was telling me it was only running about 13.9, so it had improved by about 0.3. However, obviously the car... Right, so with all the engine work now complete, it's time to give it a really good clean. The interior is absolutely disgusting, and I'll quickly show you. So from where this car had been sat for ages, we started getting mould on the seat belts, and because there was kiddies in the back seat with all the bits, yay. Right, so I spent a little bit of time on the interior now, and it looks a whole lot better. No more mould. I've used a few different products. I used my Bristle Spot Clean carpet cleaner, which is really good. It's a wet and dry vac basically. You fill it up with some special stuff and then it kicks out all the crap. So that was just from this car. And my Sleek from Easy Car Care, which is the trim cleaner, which has made the plastics look really, really nice. Brought them back to how they should be. So yeah, that's the interior pretty much complete. I would like to get a new gear knob and gaiter. Somebody had replaced it with a non-standard Richbrook knob at some point, but it looks horrendous, and the gear gaiter is definitely showing some rather horrible signs of wear. However, the interior is a lot cleaner than it was. It looks pretty much presentable now. So after a quick going over, she's already a million times better than when I first brought her home. There's a few little bits and pieces I'd like to get done next. Some of the alloy wheels, none of them have got curbing. However, there's this lacquer peel that has made it look really unsightly, and it's in a few different places. And some of the paint has like started to wear away from the heat. So I've now ordered a kit of paint to sand them down and give them a good blast over with some of that. Also, I've noticed the aerial is looking a little bit tatty, a little bit worse for wear, so I ordered another one of them. But yeah, other than that, I've now ordered some polishing pads, so I'll give the paintwork a good going over, get rid of some of these surface scratches which are like on the bonnet, basically all over the car. So until then, that is all I can do. So there we go, managed to tick quite a few things off the to-do list on the Vectra today. The alternator is now charging as it should at 14.1 volts, which is absolutely perfect. The engine as a whole now is all complete, it's running really, really well, and I'm really pleased. The interior is now nice and clean as well, and I've given the exterior a quick clean. However, that's going to need a lot more attention. The bodywork is absolutely covered in scratches, so what I've done is I've ordered some polishing pads for my dual action polisher. Once they arrive, I will give the entire paintwork a good going over, and hopefully we can get the bodywork looking a lot better. I've also ordered a wheel kit as well, so I will sand them down and give them a good going over with some new paint. So until all those bits and pieces arrive, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.